My dearest Walter Keane, as deepest gratitude I put pen to paper, for it was by your noble hand that I was delivered from certain doom during the reign of Order Party. Which events rendered you shadow of the man you were, bowed by weary cruel fate, yet take heart, for there exists a remedy. The Lemurian sentinel vessel shall depart from Azure Haven, make its course to the volcanic Isle of Craven Rock. Aboard shall be born a number of sacred relics destined for the annual ritual of restraint. Wish Bloom. You shall know it by its unmistakable fragrance, both sweet and strong. Should you come into possession of this gift, you will become a new man. On the smoke mouth of the son of Mori, I affirm that what written is true. Ergin Ptu. Sickness and health. The law of the jungle takes its toll. This man is not breathing. This man is also not breathing. And this man is not breathing. Okay. So my punishment is the only reason I'm alive. You won't shoot a sick woman, will you? Ada Baker is exempt due to illness. Oh, Mighty Dagon! Oh, we got Cthulhu in here. Wonderful. I saw the dreaded spitflies again. Avert marks of the deadly disease from my body, take others. The witch claims she has preventative cure from the fever in her kit. If this is true, give poor Tom a sign. Okay. Spirit Journey with Don Hernan. Yellow Amanita. Low levels of Neurozinth. Calming effect is suitable for loving kindness meditation. He's eating the wrong mushrooms. Okay. Suffocation. No breathing. Caused by low body temperature and oxygen deficit. So we gotta use these to also determine how these people died. They've all gone very blue. Red pockmarks, very high temperature, yellowing eyes. Well, she doesn't have yellowing eyes, but she has the red pockmarks. Mr. Monocle is afraid. He wants us to return home. We can't refuse because he owes the ship. Well, Mr. Monocle is, he's not doing too hot right now. Okay, we know the blue cigarettes, who that is. Yellow powder. This guy's known to... This is hers. Okay. At least some of these are easy to figure out. Mustache oil? Shaving kit? I'm assuming this guy then. Okay, so our dead guy has that, which means this must be her. She's interested in animals, so this much. We got that much, but then the old-time mutants is a different affair. So who's who? I'm missing one word also. Where am I missing a word? Let's find that real quick. Something here. This man is not breathing. Consumed. Okay. Okay. So these guys seem to have dilated pupils and the whole bluishness of skin thing going on. So low oxygen, probably. What was the thing with the dilated pupils? Nerve agent or head trauma. They're covering their ears. He was deprived of something, so he was punished. March 9th. Twerp left on duty. Couldn't keep his eyes open. Witch claims. I'm gonna guess the medicine woman is the so-called witch. That would make sense. He's the best dressed, so I'm assuming he'd be the captain. There we go. That didn't take much guesswork. And now we know who's in which tent. I mean, this guy's death seems a bit too obvious. He's been trying to do... He's red in the face, blue in the tongue. And he's eaten the yellow mushroom. This feels too obvious. So he's got the red skin tone, high blood temperature or oxygen oversaturation. Neurozinth, yellow powder, hallucinogen. Leads to extreme nausea but is non-fatal. Because we know this guy has yellow powder. So I'm thinking like he's tried to like overdose this guy. Maybe lace the mushrooms that he's been having, or the cigarettes or something, with a bit of extra kick. Well, that mushroom shouldn't have killed him, because if it's just got high levels of Neurozinth, it's not supposed to be lethal. So what killed him? Suffocation, but why? Varaxin pink paste. So dark blue liquid or pink paste could be the thing. Do we have anything that points to those? Blue pills in his... White pills. Overdose cools body, damages liver. She seems to have some ideas when it comes to the plant life here. What about these people then? So they have the blue skin thing going on. I'm pretty sure they didn't have the... It's this clue here. Penalty of death by withholding something. What was withheld? Oh no, just trying to get the names right here is going to be a pain. give poor Tom a sign. Okay, maybe I'll try to organize the names as they are in here. The Tom Atkin is known as this one here. Ada Baker. Is 1, 2, 3 tenths up. I need to remember these guys' names. Well, Redigan Olita is not around. What's this guy's name? Hold on, I can check that right quick. That was in the cutscene. Not this one. Not this one. This one. Okay. Can I skip through it? No. Jasper and Eliza. Yes, yes, yes. Tellyhead! Ivan Kearns, thank you. So those are all the modern ones. So that leaves us with 3 names that we need to verify. Jacques Breton, Cyril Amiot, and Tom Atkin, and Stephen Gardner. So those 3 names need to be placed to verify who's who. What befell Walter Keane? Kind of hard to say who these people are now, because I don't have a ton of information. I know that guard duties here. For these guys, I don't know. Hold on. 1797. So this is how the captain died. Was not aboard the ship, but aboard there. So this should be the captain, Jacques Breton. So that only leaves Cyril and Stefan. We don't know which one's which. But can we deduce it from here? So... March 9th. Twerp slept on duty. Couldn't keep his eye open for 4 measly hours. Well, Stefan Gardner is the only one who has a 4-hour shift. So that gives us the names. Now we know who's who. And we know our survivor is Stefan. I still don't know how these people died. Cool body. I'm gonna guess sensory issues. Because these guys are covering up their ears. And they're not breathing, so they suffocated and died. These don't seem to check out because they have the blue skin. Vomiting, high temperature fever, red park marks, very high temperature, yellowing eyes. That doesn't check out. Promodil salt, white liquid, anesthetic. That's an option. What did the doctor lady have in her? Can't zoom in on these to get a good look, so we don't really know for sure. But the captain's note here, penalty of death by withholding something. So I'm thinking he withheld, like... withheld the anti-parasite drug, if overdosed, cause extreme airway inflammation leading to blockage. That could check out. Maybe. This is... yeah. I'm probably very far off here. Yeah, okay. Red skin. Blue tongue. He's clearly been eating that stuff. Do I want to go through this, rather? I'm guessing this guy has been poisoned. Like, I'm pretty sure about that. And it would be our asshole. But he's only got the yellow powder on him. Which would just be Neurozinth, which is not fatal. Now, we know he's been eating Wizard's Hat, but we don't think that's what killed him. It's got something to do with this whiskey. The whiskey's been poisoned. But with what? And how? Low body temperature or oxygen deficit? Well, he's red skin tone, high body temperature or oxygen oversaturation. So either too much oxygen or too high body heat. Typically caused by external environment, some chemicals can also induce it. Well, the others aren't suffering, though it's not the environment. What causes high body temperature? Curatil. Vaunt 42. Promodil salt. Also, he doesn't have an overheated body then. Let's assume it's not over temperature, it's oxygen oversaturation. Do we have anything that gives that? No. So it has to be the overheat. I think the key here is something was withheld. What would they have wanted to withhold? Something that the doctor lady had. She has this red, white, greenish stuff. She has all sorts of stuff. It's hard to say what she would have deprived the others of. It's a penalty of death by withholding something. The anti-parasite drug is what makes sense most to me. Or pesticide, 142, assuming it was there. White powder. I don't think she had any white powder. She does. And it's low. But hold on. Lot 42 overheats the body, causes brain death, fatal. Doesn't check out. And the only other thing I can think of that they would have deprived him of would have been Morticium, the anti-parasite drug. It's this covering of the ears thing that has me thinking it's got to be the hallucinogens. So it's something hallucinogenic. What can I get a clue on? The woman's illness, I think we can figure out the woman's illness. She likely contracted scarlet fever. Though she doesn't have the yellowing eyes, which is uncertain to me. Could be she didn't contract anything, that she faked it. I think this is it. This is the question here. They consumed something that she provided. Hold on. I think we can piece this together here. So Ada Baker provided some medication. We need to know which one. And she was refused the medication for having slept on watch duty. However, the medication was something, so they died. So we're only basically missing the medications here. What was killed? Who was killed and with what? What did Ada Baker provide that was poisonous? And what did Jasper Wiles use to murder Antoine Spilbury? Because once we have those answers, this whole thing unravels. I just need to know what. Well, we know that she contracted scarlet fever, and the others didn't want to get it. So the question is, what would prevent scarlet fever? Pesticide, 142. But that doesn't really check out for me. Because the symptoms... Yeah, it doesn't check out because... What else could she have offered? Morticium? Neurosense shouldn't be lethal. I'm also questioning whether she actually contracted something. Because she doesn't have the yellowing eyes effect. I'm wondering if she's managed to fake her disease somehow. She's got a little bottle of something red, so she might have faked her illness. Contracted nothing, basically. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's faking it. She's lacking the symptom. She doesn't have the high temperature, she doesn't have the yellow eyes, she only has the pock marks. I'm gonna say she didn't catch anything. These are also just really confusing me. She poisoned them, but how? This is also just guesswork now. I don't know, it all comes down to this book. There's also a question of, do I have the names wrong? Because then that would kind of throw a wrench in the whole thing. I don't know, it doesn't make sense that it would. I saw the dreaded spitflies again. She claims she has preventative cure for the fever in her kit. Preventative cure for the fever. Fever mentioned here, scarlet fever. Is it just Promedil salt? Did she lie to them about what she's offering? Yes. That's the thing. Okay, so those are correct now. And she contracted nothing. We can confirm that now. Yeah, that's confirmed. It's not Jesper Wiles. Or is it? No, it's Ivan Kearns. Hold on, then I have to re-look at the tent. Pink paste, white paste, cigarettes. Faraxin. So did he use Faraxin? Yes, he did. Ada Baker painted red spots on her face to convince the crew she had scarlet fever. As the ship's surgeons, he prescribed it all with a prophylactic antidote, which was actually poison. Only Stefan survived, as Captain Triton had denied him the dose. When Antoine Spilbury saw Regan Olida's bloated body strung up like a scarecrow, he panicked and wanted to end the expedition. As the financier and ship owner, his decision would have been final. To prevent this from happening, Ivan Kearns laced Antoine's whiskey with deadly pink paste, which kept in his tent disguised as mustache wax. Fiendish. Truly fiendish.